Good morning. It is Easter Saturday. Just want to show you what has been developing in the studio because there's some new work and I've been pushing this series which I'm trying to finish, and I'm going to start something new today too. So I'll fill in as I do it. So it's Easter Saturday. I've got tomorrow and Monday's the open studio, and then just a few more days. This time next week I'll be driving across Tasmania on my way to Hobart to fly out on very early Sunday morning. So the journey is nearly at an end, but the work isn't, and there's a fantastic amount still to be done and going on. So what I want to do is just talk you through some things. So the main piece of work I've been spending my time on is this one. So it's called Eclipse, and it's done. So I was working late last night on this one. So what you have the two worlds there. The world on the right-hand side is the world of Queenstown, with Mars crossing across the moon, as we saw in Hobart on, when was it, Tuesday? Or was it? Yeah, Tuesday night. Then we've got Avebury, we've got that wonderful landscape in Wiltshire. Doesn't really look like that, but it's kind of like two memories of work. It's like in a basement, in the basement of one's memory, in one's mind, two places that are important, so they're eclipsing each other. So my two worlds are in eclipse. My world in England and my love of the English landscape, and my new love of this wonderful landscape of Tasmania, and in particular around here in Queenstown, and they're kind of eclipsing in the basement of my imagination. And it's like the way that things are held in one's memory, and so it's like moonlight light. Okay, there's that one. Remember, that was derived from this piece. So let's push that on, and then I've done a second version, which is kind of like with lights on, and that's just coming along. So they're kind of crunched up a bit, and the two are talking to each other in light rather than in moonlight. So that's quite crusty kind of paint. And then this painting, which is this painting is a really key painting, and it's about flooding and about about things looking one thing and being another, or beauty of a landscape. And even though there's traumas, there is there's kind of good things. I see it as a good painting. I don't see it as a doom painting. I think it's a wonderful thing on that yellow-orange ground. And then this is a larger version of it. Let Sleeping Dogs Lie is a little dog, one of Raymond and Helena's dogs, probably Jack with his broken leg. That's going to be worked on. And then this one, that still needs to be worked on. And then there are these three orange grounds. So I'm going to start a drawing this morning, because what I want to do, I'm thinking about that whole idea of thoughts finding their thinkers in Queenstown. I want to do something about Queenstown and thoughts kind of hovering over. That's it. So I will keep you up to date. Oh, this one. That one. That's the kind of thoughts calling out. That's kind of just sitting there. Okay, it's midday. It's 1 o'clock, 1:30. Just about to have lunch, but extraordinary things have happened. So just to recap, a few days ago when the Mars was eclipsing the moon, and that wonderful eclipse was going on, saw some extraordinary things going on in Queenstown just before and just afterwards, and I did some drawings. I just want to show you those. So this was, and this is thoughts descending onto a thinker on Mount Owen, which is just above Queenstown. And this has been kind of growing in my mind for, and that is and that's the empty house, just a little doodle. But this has been coming in my mind for a few days now. That was on the 15th of April, about lunar eclipse. So that was first little doodle. And just did this little thing this morning, just as I was about to go out for a walk at about 6:30. And this mist was coming over, and because the reason I did that drawing this morning, because last night I had a dream, and the dream was about working, take a risk, even though it's right at the end of the time. Stop everything at the moment and just pull this idea out of yourself, which is a kind of culmination of the whole of my time here. It's like thoughts have descended on Queenstown, not just for me, but I think it's an extraordinary place to think clearly and to think profoundly. The Celts called some of these places thin places, which is really interesting, as opposed to thick places where you can't think. A thin place where you can see other things, metaphysical things, pull things out of your head, pull things out of the sky, pull possibilities out. Quite esoteric, but quite interesting. Okay, let's show you what I've been up to. So I took did a drawing here, there, and then took it into a painting, and then have taken it into another painting, and Helena very, very kindly has given me the use of this canvas, which is huge. It's 48 by 60. As you can see, it's a whopper. And what I've done, I've put Queenstown Violet, the one I've dug up, and I want to paint it all in Queenstown pigments as far as I can. So including that wonderful primrose yellow behind, which is barium yellow, which is found here too. So it's all go. So I'm going to have some lunch and then crack on, and I'll keep in touch. So just looking back at the new possibilities, and there we go. And this is the neck, and it's fantastic music, Australian music at its wonderful best. Okay, it's 6:15, and I'm just having some olives, a bit of wine, and some nibbles, and then food a bit later. But latest development. Been working on the brooding painting quite a bit. More layers to this. That's developing nicely. And then this one developing too. And the canvas ready, not quite dry yet, because I want to work on that first thing tomorrow morning. But tonight I'm going to crack into possibly this one, but really push this one, brooding, and then a little bit maybe to that one, but I think that will probably be later on Sunday, but maybe not. But this is the principal one that I'm considering at the moment. And these, this one's drying nicely. So you get that eclipse of the moon and Mars, kind of looking down, looking up the main high street. And just another version there. There you go. So crack on for a couple of hours, have some supper, then carry on. So it's Saturday night, Easter Sunday tomorrow, and there we go. Hello, it's Easter Sunday, happy Easter. It is +2, so I've been working all morning, and I have a big meal tonight, and I just want to show you what's happening. So let's go and have a look. So first of all, the state of these two. So that's the drawing, small drawing, bigger drawing, work on paper, oil on paper. And then this is the big canvas so far. Then Let Sleeping Dogs Lie, I think he's done now. That was this morning. And then last night, a really weird one that I really don't know quite where to go with. But it's got to a point, and I either completely obliterate it and take it in another direction, or I keep it where it is. It's about brooding going one way, brooding going another, and the strange stuff underneath. Just been starting this one, so I'll carry on that into the night. Just going back to the Sleeping Dogs Lie. Sleeping Dogs Lie, there you go. That's definitely got a Parisian feel about it. And then the violet's still wet, and I'm running out of titanium grey, titanium white. There you go. Oh yes, and last night, really excitingly, late last night I did that, and I'm really pleased with that, and that is cooked. That's got what I want exactly. So I'll crack on, and I will do another tonight. Hi, it's 8:10. I'm just about to have supper, and Easter Sunday, and I'll just show you my main energy's been put into this one, and just done a little bit more to this, and done lots more to that. So even though I said I wouldn't, the main energy is on this one. So that will stop. So it's supper, and it's have a go at those two, and that one prior to the open studio at which opens at 4. There you go. So steak and salad, nice glass of red wine, and then crack on into the early hours. And if there's something to show, I'll do another vlog. Okay, it's getting very late. I'm just going to show you the latest, and I'll do some more in the morning. So, that's the painting, the smaller one, painting on paper. This is the slightly larger painting on paper, AA1, and the painting. So there you have it, and did a bit more to that one too, and a bit more to that one, but it's this one that I'm bothered about now. So I'm going to really crack on with that tomorrow morning before the opening at 4. Busy day tomorrow, so there you go. Good night. Well, welcome again to my studio, and In about 20 minutes, people are going to be coming through this door to my open studio from 4 till 7, and it's sadly pouring with rain. Some intense weather has hit Tasmania, but here it all is. So, to the great Australian jazz group, The Neck, I will give you a tour of the studio. So, the submerged town, submerged thought, the drawings, landscaper's discourse, the mind painting. Remember, there's 4 paintings missing that are at Celia's. The in progress thought over Queenstown. Then we got the 2 worlds, the poster, the submerged town of Crotty, the early thoughts and thoughts being found by a thinker, the big thoughts in search of a thinker, and the 2 small ones. Well, AA1, it's pretty big. And then the second painting about thoughts over Queenstown, in progress, and drawings. And then coming up, oh, I slipped in a new drawing this morning, just of Queenstown. Then we have the paintings of the Freudian slip, Crotty, and the bottom one, thoughts calling out to thinkers. Then the smaller paintings at the top, submerged town, submerged thought, Queenstown, and then the 2 worlds, Avebury and Queenstown. And then the boundary painting, and the very strange painting of brooding, and the painting in progress about thoughts over Queenstown. And then finally, full moon over Queenstown. That was Helena drifting through the studio. We're just waiting for the wine to appear. And there's my colour palette. And here's Helena about to say hello to you all. They're about to arrive, so we'll stop there. That's it. So, yeah, speak to you till the next one. Food's about to arrive too. Good evening. It's Easter Monday and all the guests have gone and the studio is empty and I'm once again on my own. And so really I just wanted to finish this saying, in a way I'm now already thinking about the plane journey home. So I've really finished. The studio's not empty yet because even though I'm going to pack things up on Friday, the paintings are not need to dry, and Raymond's going to be taking them to Melbourne to be posted from there back home. But I still have these 3 paintings I want to complete on. So I've got tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So I've got 3 days. I know there's some more vlogs I want to do. I want to do the one of the lecture I gave to Hobart that didn't really come out properly. And so I want to use examples of work here. So I'll do that as a vlog. I want to interview Raymond and I want to answer your questions because I've got a whole heap of questions that you've sent me and I want to reply to those. But I just want to thank everyone who's been supporting me in Queenstown and Tasmania and at UWE. And but I'll do my thank yous later too. Most of all, my family. Hi, Tess and Theo and Ezra, and thank you for supporting me. Most of all, I really wanted to say thank you to Raymond and Helena for having me and being the most incredible host and making helper and making this time just fantastic, and allowing me and giving me the opportunity just to be poured out in the studio. Thank you. So what I will do is sign off here, and the studio, I will do one last roundup of where these 3 last paintings, might be a 4th, go to. But it's extraordinary, 30 paintings, and I haven't counted the drawings. So a lot of work, and I've come on a long journey, but I'll reminisce and reflect on that a bit later. But I'm starting to reflect on that now, and I really want to bring that into the talk that I gave to Hobart University, the Art College. I'm going to add to that a little bit more, but it's been a great journey. There you go.